Hello, and welcome to another Edison TV executive interview. I'm Aaron Atkar, healthcare analyst here at Edison, and today we're joined by Antti Vuolanto, chief exec of Herantis Pharma. Today we're going to be digging into the company's phase 1b trial results, which marks an important step closer for lead asset HER096 towards disease modification for Parkinson's disease. So welcome, Antti.
Thank you.
So to get straight into it, could you outline for us the key takeaways from the phase 1b trial results?
Yeah, so phase 1b trial was the first one where we treated Parkinson's patients with HER096, and the results overall were very much in line what we expected from the trial. So on the safety side, as expected, we didn't see any systemic safety issues. The main issue related to the treatment was mild and transient injection site observations. That is according to what we have seen already in earlier studies. So safety, tolerability, great results. Then we also had pharmacokinetics, and there, of course, the main objective was to understand better the behavior of HER96, especially in CNS, as measuring from the cerebrospinal fluid. And again, the behavior was very much aligned with our expectations. So we were able to demonstrate that the maximum concentration of HER96 in CNS reaches the same levels that we have observed to be optimal ones in the preclinical studies. And that was a similar result for the total exposure. So again, very much aligned with our expectations and really supporting our to move the program towards the phase 2 efficacy trials.
Fantastic. So we understand that more detailed biomarker data are anticipated before the end of the year. So what further insights can we expect from this?
Yeah, on the biomarker side, the main purpose is to demonstrate that we have been studied the biological response to the treatment. So studying from both CSF and plasma to show that we have affected the target biology, and we have in a way initiated the cascade that hopefully eventually is translated into clinical benefit.
Excellent. So could you update us now perhaps on how these trial results play into your plans for a partnership opportunities in Parkinson's disease?
Yeah, so of course, being able to, first of all, conduct the studies according to the preset timelines, as we have done throughout the HER96 development, it's a very important sign for the pharma collaboration. Of course, good safety data, expected PK gives a great foundation for phase 2 and for partnerships. And of course, then the biomarker data that would potentially show the first signs of biological response to the treatment would also be, in a way, helping us in these discussions. But overall, we are really happy, and we already have seen that there is a great interest among the pharma industry to continue the dialogue with us. And as mentioned earlier, the objective of the companies is to have even a partnership agreement before the phase 2 efficacy trial, but that's of course something that to be seen during the next half a year or so.
Okay, so as a recap now, could you perhaps briefly summarize the mechanism of action of HER96 and remind us of the market opportunity for a disease modifier?
Yeah, so HER96 has a very unique mechanism of action. So currently, no other companies addressing the same biology as us who are in clinical development. And our target is a pathway called unfolded protein response pathway in the neuron. So basically, we are addressing the protein balance in the cells and cell stress. And this is very much linked also to the alpha-synuclein pathology. And thereby, we can, in a way, regenerate the activity of the neurons that are degenerating, so they are losing their functional phenotype. We can bring them back to functionally, fully functional neurons. And at the same time, we are addressing the same pathway in the glial cells. So we are also addressing the neuroinflammation. So we are actually hitting quite broadly the basic pathological mechanism behind the Parkinson's disease. And if we look at the market opportunity, as we all know currently, there are no disease-modifying therapies on the market. The pharmaceutical market size for Parkinson's disease symptomatic therapies are currently like between $5 to $6 billion US, and it's expected to grow at least up to 13 billion until 2034. And of course, we believe that Herantis is in the forefront of the development, both in terms of timing, but also in terms of the mechanism of action. So how broadly we can actually address the pathology. There are other companies developing disease-modifying therapies, but we believe that we have a very clear competitive edge in what we are doing. So we believe that once we have been able to show the disease-modifying effect, there is a huge market opportunity in Parkinson's disease for HER96.
Okay, so that sounds super exciting for Parkinson's disease. But looking beyond that, could you perhaps elaborate on how the mechanism might have applicability to other indications, say beyond Parkinson's?
Yes, that's a very important question as well. So the target mechanism, unfolded protein response pathway, and the imbalance there is by no means specific for Parkinson's disease. And this is actually shared with many other neurodegenerative diseases like ALS and Alzheimer's. And there is actually already scientific literature available for the CDNF, so the neurotrophic factor from which we derived HER096 in these indications. But similarly, the proteostasis and protein balance is very important in other indications as well. So we believe that we have also great opportunities beyond only CNS. And we, of course, believe that once we have shown efficacy in Parkinson's disease, we can then really have resources to address these other indications, which might even be bigger commercial opportunities than Parkinson's. That itself is already a huge opportunity for us.
Amazing. So look, we're really excited to follow the progress to come. Before we wrap up, I wonder if you could just summarize the most important next steps for Herantis at this stage.
Yeah, so of course, finalizing the phase 1b data analysis to have the biomarker data is on the short term. Of course, on the longer term, preparations for a phase 2 efficacy trial is the key. And in addition to that, of course, we need to find the right resources to run the phase 2 efficacy trial. And that, of course, includes progressing with the partnering discussions. Of course, we are also looking at potentially a fundraise, but then we are looking at soft financing opportunities like EU. And then, of course, we continue the dialogue with the leading patient organizations who already have supported us, so the Michael J. Fox Foundation and Parkinson's UK. And I'm really convinced that we will have a very good package at some point of time during next spring that provides us the opportunity to launch the phase 2 program towards the end of next year. And that's, of course, would put us in a very good position, as there are not too many companies doing a serious phase 2 efficacy trial in Parkinson's disease modification. So we are really looking forward to be in that position next year.
Fantastic. Well, that brings the interview for today to a close. But if our audience would like to learn more, please refer to the Edison website, where we have our research on Herantis freely accessible. Antti, thanks very much for taking the time to speak today.
Thank you.